Hey there everybody, I've been getting a lot of requests from people asking how you can change the rarity or the spawn percentage of certain Pokemon. And a nice commenter asked me to do a tutorial on how to change those things. So I decided I would go ahead and do it. So what we're going to learn today is how to adjust the spawn rates for individual Pokemon or for rarity. I'll show you two separate methods of how to do these things. So let's dig into it. First off, you're going to need something like WinRAR or 7-Zip. Most people pick 7-Zip because it's free, lightweight, and does the job. Once you've done that, grab the Cobblemon mod itself, right-click it, and open it with whichever of those programs you have. Now, when you open it up, this is what you should see. And you want to look for this data folder right there. Click on that, and now you're in the data folder, and you see this Cobblemon folder. Click on that, and if you scroll down, you'll see Spawn Pool World. That's what we're looking for. So go ahead and open that up, and now you're going to see there's files for every Pokemon in the game. Now, I'm going to take one of these files and just pull it on out to the desktop. I'm going to click on it, which opens the file with Notepad. Use whatever file opening program you have, and this is what you're going to see. This is the basic spawn information for the Pokemon. Now, first of all, we see this Golbat 1. Now, if we look down here, there's Golbat 3, and if we keep scrolling, Golbat 4. Every time you see ID in the Pokemon's name, that's another instance of spawning. So this section right here, from 4 to 5, that's all information on one set of spawning conditions for Golbat. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete all this extra to clean it up so we can see things a little easier. Don't do this, however, when you're making adjustments, because this will break the mod. Now, right here in the spawning information, first off we have bucket, common. There are 4 buckets. There's common, uncommon, rare, and ultra rare. And how often each one of these spawn gets progressively rarer. Now if I wanted, I could go ahead and change this common to say rare. And now this Golbat that spawns in forests and swamps at nighttime is now rare instead of common. So it'll spawn a lot less. Here we have Squirtle's spawn file. And we can see his bucket is ultra rare. We can go ahead and change this to uncommon, and now he'll spawn a lot more often. In my experience playing Cobblemon, ultra rares tend to spawn at about a 6-hour average, which is kind of a long time. And if there's a lot of ultra rares that can spawn, you never know which one you're going to get once that ultra rare does spawn. So by changing the bucket to a more common bucket, you're going to have a much better chance of that Pokemon spawning. Now let's go back. Here we have Squirtle again. It's still an ultra rare. There's another way you can affect their spawn chance. Say you want to keep it as an ultra rare, but you want to increase the chance of it spawning when the ultra rare does spawn. Well, that's where you need the weight tag right there. You'll see the weight here is 6.0. And how this works is it'll take every mon in the current bucket, so ultra rare, and among all of those ultra rares, the Squirtle has a 6 weight. So let's say there's also Blastoise in the ultra rare bucket. Well, Blastoise's weight is probably something around 2.0, meaning it's going to have a lot less spawn chance when the ultra rares do pop up. And if you have another ultra rare mon that's say a weight of 8, that mon will spawn more often than the Squirtle with the weight of 6. So if I want to increase Squirtle's chances of showing up, I can also do something like this. Change the 6 to an 8, maybe a 10, maybe 10,000. You're going to see a lot of them if you do that. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this Squirtle as 10,000 weight ultra rare. Make sure you save the file before you're done, then go back to your desktop or wherever you extracted the file to, drag it back into the Cobblemon folder so that it replaces the existing file. Now let's go ahead and close down that folder. Find your instance for your Minecraft folder. It can be in different places depending on what launcher you use, and then find the mods folder. And toss the modified mod into the folder. Replace the existing file if the mod was already there. And now you're good to go, so go ahead and load up Minecraft and enjoy your adjusted rates. Now here's Charmeleon's spawn file. I brought this up because I wanted to show you something. Say I changed the bucket or the weight for this Charmeleon. Well, that's only going to affect the biomes that this version spawns in. It can only spawn in hills or volcanic areas. And I believe volcanic is a tag for modded biomes only. But if you're in vanilla, I would just go for the hills tag there, because we know there's hills in regular Minecraft. Now, if I change this one's weight or bucket, it wouldn't affect this one right here. We see this Charmeleon can spawn in nether basalt. So if I wanted to affect that one, obviously I would need to change this one's data. So the important point here is just make sure you know what location you need to look in for whichever section you change. Okay, so that's going to be the way you want to change the file if you want to adjust the rates on a specific Pokemon. Now, there is one other way you can adjust rates. Let's take a look at how you do that. So going back to my Minecraft folder with all the mods, if I were to go back here, we see the mods folder, and this is like the root directory for Minecraft. Now, if I go up into config, we see Cobblemon up here at the top, go into that, and we see main.json. Let's open this up a little bit more, and if we scan, we can see export spawn config file false. Okay, let's go ahead and change this to true. All right, make sure you save it and close it. Now I'm going to open up Minecraft. And as it opens, we see a spawning folder just appeared. Let's go ahead and look in there. Best spawner config.json. Let's go ahead and open that up really quick. And this is the file that it created. Now in it here, we have the buckets and the weights of each bucket. So now remember, the bucket is common, uncommon, rare, or ultra rare. So we can see here that common spawns pretty much 94% of the time, uncommon 5%, and then rare 0.5, ultra rare 0.2. That's pretty low. Now let's say I wanted ultra rares to spawn more often. I could just do something like this. Change it to 5. Now it's got a higher percentage. It doesn't equal 100 anymore, so it's not 5%, but it's gonna spawn more often. And to prove this, let's go ahead and just make it a crazy number, like, what's that, 500,000. Ultra rares are gonna be spawning a lot. And if we save it, let's go ahead and close it down. Once you have it saved, if your Minecraft is still open, go ahead and close it down as well, so that Minecraft recognizes the changes you've made, and relaunch. Okay, I've just loaded into a world, and let's see what spawns around me. Oh, right over there already, we got a Combustikin, a Scorbunny, got a Raboot, we've got a Keldeo Resolute form, a Chespin. All of these are ultra rare, so the spawning must be working.
Chespin!
So there you can see we've got crazily increased spawn rates for ultra rares because I set it at 500,000. Obviously you don't need to go nearly that high, but you get the idea. Raise it to increase rates, lower it to decrease them. And that's going to be it for how to adjust the spawn rates in Cobblemon. If you were looking to do that, I hope this video helped you out. And if you're interested in maybe catching a Ralts, check out that video right over there. It's got all the info you need. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.